Alright, I might be a little bit hard to hear. This is a last minute kind of stream thing going on here, and it might have to be shut down because one of my roommates is playing in the other game, and if it causes him too much lag, there's too much lag for him. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Frank the Great Grizzly of the North, and I am bringing you Chad versus the Royal Knights of the Rift. As always, I will be trying to watch your comments on a secondary part of the stream. Alrighty, the bands are starting away right with Nasus. Nasus, as we've seen so far, has been an incredibly powerful force in this tournament, and we've seen a lot, pardon me, we've seen a lot of the pros use him with that Wither Slow, and even with the recent, once again, pardon me, I cannot speak well, with the recent nerf, he's still quite a force to reckon with. Thresh is also a powerful opponent with the incredibly high poke, the grab, the throws, and the ultimate. On the left side we see Corki going down. Not entirely sure. I think their ADC carry... AD carry, jeez. I am royally screwing this up. That's what happens when you have very limited planning, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, they might be doing a targeted ban against the ADC, along with Corki just being a fairly powerful burst champion for ADC. Twisted Fate also going down. And we're waiting for the next bans. Kale going down. And a Mumu. First pick we have on blue team is Nautilus, more than likely in the jungle, but as it stands now, looking like top Nautilus. Purple team's setting up a... excuse me, setting up a Lux, and the Hecarim jungle, Hecarim being an incredibly powerful jungler. Once again, my apologies if this is a little rough, a little rushed. I have set this up on my computer that is not necessarily ideal for streaming. That being said, hopefully this will work and I can get things flowing. I'll have my normal flow back and we'll go from there. I'm soon to turn down the game sounds because they're rather loud, at least to me they are. Anybody watching game sounds too much for you? Not enough? What do we got? Sorry, but that had to reset things. On the purple team, we see once again our Lux, Caitlyn, and Darius. Darius being incredibly powerful top with the slows, the hook, the bleed, and the ultimate with the reset. Caitlyn, always an excellent choice for AD carry, with the incredible range, the ace in the hole, and who doesn't enjoy cupcake traps. On blue team, we're seeing a Misfortune ADC. Also a powerful choice with the incredible move speed, the ultimate. For anybody watching this, is there a huge amount of lag for you? Because if so, I am more than likely just going to shut this down just because my internet, as I said, is terrible and Chris is upstairs doing his best playing against Blackstar. On purple team, we're seeing our final picks, Renekton and Ahri. And here comes the final purple picks. And our final pick for purple team is Anivia. I think that's probably an excellent choice against Ahri because of the amount of slow Anivia can get and how incredibly mobile Ahri is. Looking at our top lanes, Darius being always powerful, but Renekton in recent days has been a force to be reckoned with. And I think that'll be a fairly even pardon me, fairly even match top lane. Darius having his hook and his bleed effect, but Renekton having just a lot of damage and a lot of escape, where Darius has very little. Caitlyn versus MF, I think Caitlyn will have, honestly, part of an advantage over that, due to the increased range she has, and, well, not increased, but the long range that she has, the Piltover Peacemaker, and the traps. Because if Miss Fortune steps in one of those traps, it might be lights out for her. Especially for there was an easy Lux Snare. Now we're at everyone's favorite point of the game, waiting for the match to start. Continuing what we're looking at, Lux versus Lulu. I'd have to give that one to Lux. I really would, just on pure utility. Lux having the snare, having the vision that can damage, the passive, and the ult, the laser. Can never be too cautious about that laser. Going into the jungle, I'm probably... Honestly, it's a fairly even jungle, I would say. Hecarim does have high mobility, high damage output, but at the same time, Nautilus becomes very tanky very quickly. With the stun and the shield and the knock-up ultimate, could be a very difficult matchup. Pick last. Are you experiencing any lag or anything of the sort? Or can no one hear me? It's very possible no one can hear me. Because my microphone is also not set up for this, because I didn't think I'd be streaming tonight. My bad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 seconds away from the start of the game. And hopefully my XSplit wants to help me out here. Alrighty then. Oh, this is a little bit weird because so far I've always had a casting partner for this. And tonight I don't, so it's going to be a lot of myself talking to myself. Which in any other situation might make me insane, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, now the most important battle that we're looking at right here is the skin battle. And while there are... Ooh. Headless Hecarim. Headless Hecarim, always a wonderful choice for Hecarim. Sheriff Caitlyn, Bioforge Darius, and Bird of Prey Anivia versus Firefox Ahri, Mafia Miss Fortune, and Astro Nautilus. And I'm gonna have to give it to Purple Team for the skins, just because that Headless Hecarim is always interesting, and always something fun to see. Alrighty, everyone's favorite fun part, waiting on the game to start. And here we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
While Twitch isn't lagging, I appear to be. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Hopefully that will clear out any lag issues we're having. As I said before, I did not think I would be streaming tonight. This computer is not fully set up for streaming as of right now. But hopefully this should fix things, and as always, I will fix where everybody is.
Minions have spawned.
There we are. Nothing too crazy happening yet. No one invades. And it's kind of surprising that blue side is not going for the golems. Lots of people have been considering the golems to be an incredibly powerful bonus. They considered it. Oh, I will do that right away. My apologies. As I said, this has been a work in progress on this computer, and it's giving me some weird things, but we will have to deal with it, ladies and gentlemen, for right now. I apologize. And this will be better in the future when I stream on this computer. It's just, as I said, did not think I would be streaming because I thought my internet would not allow such a thing. Anyhow, going up top, seeing conflict between Darius and Renekton, heading back down to the bot. Misfortune already taking some damage. Lulu getting hit by the snare and taking a bit of damage herself. I will probably put it in Borderless. Thank you, Dad. Oh, here comes Gang from Hecarim. And there goes the exhaust, and this might be First Blood. I do not see Renekton getting out of this one. First Blood going to purple. There we go. Thank you very much, Cool Cat. You are my new favorite person watching this stream. Ooh, Ahri hitting tons of burst damage onto Anivia, but here comes Hecarim straight from top trying to get another gank. And down. No, Ahri just barely making it out of there with almost no health. Nautilus coming in trying to see if he can hold the lane. Push Anivia back. Back to bot. Hecarim coming back in, Nautilus going right down. This Hecarim is on track to be a monster. 2 kills and we're only 4 minutes into the game and First Blood going to him. This could be a huge problem for blue team. And back down to bot. Caitlyn using her traps as always. And right now it seems to be a farm fest, a little damage on both sides, but nothing too crazy yet. Bouncing shot. Renekton trying to push back on Darius, hitting him with the stun, just poking at him as much as he can, trying to force him out of lane. Darius catching the hook and stacking the bleed on him. Excuse me. A lot of damage hitting Anivia, but being dished right back out by Ahri. Renekton hitting that stun, trying to get as much poke damage on him as he can. Excuse me, as he can. Hecarim farming the jungle, trying to come in. Seeing where he can get a gank, heading into mid lane, trying to catch Ahri, but he is bailing out of that. Coming down to bot. Bot currently only having wards in the tri-bush. Hecarim leaving because it's been pushed too far to blue side. Back to middle. Anivia just bursting Ahri down as hard as possible. Just keeping her at as low health as she possibly can, trying to make this an easy lane for herself. Going back to top. Hitting the slice and dice and the attack. Trying to push as much damage onto him as possible after that early lane gang. Hecarim coming in the middle, trying to get another kill. Oh, beautiful Anivia Ice Wall. But Ahri might be too fast. Maybe getting out. Oh, Hecarim popping the ghost, taking Ahri down.
Killing spree.
And we are 6 minutes into the game, Hecarim on a killing spree. Hecarim is getting incredibly fed, incredibly fast. Coming up top, seeing if he can get something else going. Not gonna connect him back. There's the hook from Darius. Well played, gank. They definitely forced Renekton far back into his lane, made him lose a lot of health, and made him pop his exhaust. Which could be incredibly detrimental to him, and I just now noticed I say incredibly way too much. Oh well. Anyhow, back to the things that matter. Hecarim trying to push out that lane, trying to starve Renekton from as much CS as possible. With a current gold gap of 2,000, things are looking really good for purple. Oh, the snare just hitting Misfortune. Going mid for a gank from Nautilus, but Anivia is going to skate out of that one with almost no health. Nautilus is forced back in the jungle. Ahri trying to push that lane so she can excuse me, so she can deny Anivia's CS. Once again, if I'm tripping over myself, I do apologize. As I said, I have been used to doing this with another commentator, and doing it by yourself after doing 2 of these with another person is a little odd to say the least. Nautilus dying to an early Hecarim is taking that blue buff for himself, which honestly may hurt. Oh! We've lost the summoner and our summoner is back. But as I was saying, the blue buff not being given to Ahri could cause a lot of issues, especially with Luxor being at fairly low mana. Come back down to bot lane, being pushed towards blue. Blue trying to do whatever they can to push that lane back out and lay a little bit of damage on him. Hecarim picking up his red. Ooh, snare just missing Misfortune. Hitting that ultimate and slow. And Hecarim going in for the lane gank. Ahri's trying to lead him around the turret, and he is shut down for Ahri. Ahri in a good position. She knew she was more than likely going to die, trying to buy Nautilus as much time as possible to damage him, and she ended up leading him around the turret plenty of times. Misfortune trying to go in, put a bit of poke on, and her support still seems to be lagging behind. I don't know if she is currently out. Oh, she appears to be back. Misfortune using her ultimate clear the lane. And back to top. Excuse me. But as we look at this, there seems to be a high discrepancy. Did not move this. High discrepancy between the AD carries CS. and that can get very dangerous very quick for bot lane. It's increasing the ever-increasing gold gap. It's gonna make Caitlyn farmed, and she's gonna have items sooner, and that can really shut down bot lane fast. Lilith just dodging the Lux Laser. Darius trying to push his wave in, trying to deny CS to Renekton coming in with the slice and dice, hitting him with the stun, getting out with the slice and dice, but I do believe he lost that trade. Nautilus trying to come in for a gank. Hecarim coming in right behind him, taking tower shots for the team. MF getting hit by the stun, ace in the hole, being excellently blocked by Nautilus. And Miss Fortune doing everything she can to get back to base before she is either taken out by Hecarim or anybody else from the team. Renekton trying to get him with slice and dice, trying to hit him. Oh, getting exhausted and with the hook, and down goes the dunk. Bottom we have Lulu hanging out by tower, trying to get some experience. Nautilus coming in, missing the hook. Nivea trying to bully Ahri out of lane. And we have lost our support once again for blue team. Not entirely sure why they're not going on a pause. Could not tell you. Seems to be not a good idea.
A summoner has been connected.
And back comes bot lane support. Excuse me. MF just missing the snare. Just being missed by the snare. Pardon me. Back to lane. Nivea trying to hit Ahri with that ult. Trying to poke her down as much as possible. Renekton coming in, hitting the stun. And not doing a lot to Darius. Darius is just chunking Renekton down. Renekton has got to do something about that, or he is not going to be able to withstand Darius much longer in lane.
A summoner has disconnected.
Losing support once again. Oh, Renekton hitting the stun, hitting the slice and dice. Support coming back, slice and dicing out of there, but I still believe Renekton lost that trade. Renekton has got to find a way to shut Darius down, or this is going to be over for him. Darius just putting down the wards. Nautilus has just come in, hitting, dunking him once again. Nothing Nautilus can do. There goes a Lux Laser, trying to push back the wave, trying to put a little bit of damage on Miss Fortune. The purple team is being relentless with their support going. What are you confused about, Promise?
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And down goes the first turret of the game for top lane. Well, I do believe that what Renekton was trying to do, he's trying to get in a good position to stun Darius for Nautilus to come in. Oh, and bot lane turret going down as well. Purple team just pulling blue team apart. We are at over almost a 6k gold gap. In comes Nautilus and Ahri putting the Nibby down, but they've got to get rid of that egg. Down goes Nivea. Darius coming into the mid lane, but not being able to get anything off on on him. Trying to force that lane back away from his tower. And currently, if we're looking at it, so far the junglers are the only ones about even in CS. CS going to purple. Connecting, getting the stun, getting the slice and dice, and back out without taking any damage. An excellent trade on his part. But Darius, as we've seen, is just a monster, and he is pushing that lane out hard. Nautilus coming in, flashing past the Nivea's wall, trying to get out of there before he gets caught, and trying to make something happen at the tower. But with all the members of Purple Team there, I don't know if there's much I can do. Oh, Nautilus with the grab, trying to put Caitlyn down, getting forced back under turn. Here comes the MF ult, and down goes Renekton once again. But down goes Darius. Nas is also going down, but Hecarim being shut down. But we just lost MF as well.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
With Lulu nowhere to be found, and Ahri at low health, there's not much they can do. And I'd have to agree with you, Bearcat Golfer. I think at this point, they have to be very careful with how they approach Darius. If they would have gone in, he could have gotten easy ultimate onto Renekton. Could have ulted on onto Nautilus very quickly, and just poking him down with the damage and taking him down from there. That Darius is a force to be reckoned with. You've tried to push out middle lane, trying to take the first tower of the game. And Renekton coming in, knocking aside MF like she was nothing but MF dealing quite a bit of damage. Ahri just missing the charm, and Lulu coming back. I really will have to ask them why they haven't been pausing the game. Something seems a tad bit peculiar there. Nautilus trying to come in up top, and Renekton hanging out there, but Darius saw that, and he is bailing out fast. Blue team trying to push out their bot lane, trying to keep as many towers up as they can, having lost all tier 1 towers. But in comes Anivia, and in comes Hecarim, trying to push that tower. Oh, but the charm on Hecarim. Hecarim is going down, used his ult to try and get out to no avail. Anivia trying to fight back, and Caitlyn coming in to help her out. Oh! Both AD carries putting each other down. And with Anivia at low health, Ahri might be able to take advantage of this, trying to force her out. Oh, but there's the stun. Renekton coming in though with the slice and dice, and Nautilus hitting her with the ult. Incoming blue team, and down goes Anivia. Her passive is back up. She is going to get the egg, and Lux is forcing them off. And I believe we're about to see Anivia go down once again. But Anivia is making it out of there, and a double kill going to Purple Team, taking down Nautilus and Renekton. Heading back to the items, seeing what everyone's building. Darius with Ninja Tabby, whatever you'd prefer, and Frozen Mallet and that's honestly due to the amount of CS he is ahead of Renekton. He's a high amount of CS, he's got a high amount of kills versus him, and that Darius is going to be a monster for the rest of this game. Nautilus now falling behind 10 CS, which could very much hinder him. Caitlyn grabbing the red buff, trying to continue her lead as much as possible. With nearly 50 more with 52 more CS than Hecarim getting that into the dragon. In comes purple team with no hope of a contest from blue team. One thing that I'm seeing that's very interesting is you're not seeing a lot of ward coverage by blue team, and I understand that that's partially due because their support has been gone due to what can only be assumed as internet issues and also due to the gold gap, but if they even want to try and turn this around, they've got to get those wards everywhere. MF canceling her all, trying to get Hecarim to no avail. Oh, Nautilus getting the hook onto Darius. All of blue team there, or 3 of blue team trying to push him down. Wall from Nivea, but here comes the ult from Nautilus, and blue team is going to put her down as well. Luxor annihilating her with the help of Nautilus and Misfortune. Team losing the turret. Lux and Caitlyn trying to get out of there, putting a world of hurt onto Renekton. Trap just missing Nautilus, but Nautilus trying to get in there with low health. Oh, he just hit the trap with Vision on, and down he goes to Caitlyn. Support coming back, but it might be a little too late, especially with her at 5, no access to her ultimate, and I really, like I said before, I have got to ask them why they haven't been positive. This seems like something you would do. Anyhow, I do believe that blue could turn this around, but they have got to get more vision in the world, and they have got to get a good team fight. They have got to destroy Caitlyn and Anivia as fast as possible. But the problem with that is they still have a monster to contend with in Darius, being tanky and powerful. Got to get their support back and got to get her leveled up. Because if they even want to try that, they need to be able to ult somebody, giving them that 30% extra health and the slowing aura. Already hitting the ball, trying to back away from that conflict. Oh, Darius just getting the hook on Renekton. Renekton trying to trade back, trying to escape a slice and dice, and getting away. In comes the laser. In goes a wall from Anivia that might have actually hurt her more than it helped. MF ult going off, Anivia so low, but blue team is not going to be able to follow up with that. Team going through the jungle, looking for a fight. Finding Nautilus. Hecarim coming in, trying to put him under tower, but the charm is not going to last long enough. Trying to get the snare. Darius taking the tower shot, which did almost nothing to him. In comes the Hecarim all under the tower, fearing and putting down. Oh, Hecarim being put straight down, but purple team might be able to come in here and clean this up. Down goes Misfortune. Down goes Lulu. But Anivia being put down as well. That is a 2-for-2 trade. The only thing I can say about that, while being an even trade, as they lost their jungler and they lost an AP carry, while the other team lost an AD carry and the support, I will have to give that trade still to purple team. the power to just go under that turret and fight them with only losing 2 people is just incredible. That Hecarim being incredibly farmed, ready to go. And Darius as well. Finding that to be an interesting build by Nautilus, rushing the Sunfire Cape versus, say, a Spirit Stone. But we'll see how that works out. If it was me, I think I would go with the Spirit Stone, as I think it would have a lot of utility for him. Hecarim pushing, or excuse me, Nautilus pushing out the bottom lane, trying to get the minions to put as much hurt on that tower as they can. Nivea coming in and get the blue buff. Heading back to middle lane. Already taking her blue buff as well. Purple team making another push, trying to take down that tower, trying to clear the wave. Their gold gap at roughly 8,000 gold. Things are not looking good for blue right now. As I said though, they definitely have a chance for a comeback, but they have got to get a good team fight and they've got to push their lanes out. They also need much more vision across the map. And Nivea getting hit by the ultimate and the charm. MF all going off, taking down Nivea. Hecarim coming in. MF taking down Darius. Nautilus going down to Lux. MF taking down Hecarim as well. Blue team very low in health. So is Lux. Caitlyn being fairly high on health. Oh, but in goes the stun on Caitlyn. Ahri hitting the charm. And this might be the comeback that blue team needs. They are pushing them back. And they have closed that gold gap by about 3,000 immediately with that. And they're going to force down mid tower, taking blue team's first tower of the game.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Blue team making a decision to try and rush Baron, I believe. I do not know if that's a good idea with the respawn timers. Oh no, I apologize. They are taking top. That ping was weird on my map. And that is an excellent idea by blue team. They've got to push back towers as hard as they can. They've got to close that gold gap, which they did just a little bit more, taking that tower. And they have, as I said before, they have also got to get a lot of vision. And honestly, I would say blue team definitely has the potential for the comeback. While they need to work on their CS, they've got to get that higher. After we just saw that team fight, anything is still possible in this game at 28 minutes, 29 minutes in. Purple team taking another uncontested dragon. Trying to push back top after the tower. Pardon me, everyone. Purple team trying another push down mid, which is definitely a good idea, being that Nautilus and Ahri aren't there to contest anything. But Renekton's going to head towards the tower and just try and stall him as long as he can.
Blue team's turret has been
And it
destroyed.
will not be long enough. Purple team making a hard push into middle, trying to take that tower, trying to get that inhibitor down. But in come Ahri and MF pushing along. But a Nivea wall pushing MF into the ult, and an ace in the hole coming. But blue team got there in time, and they are going to push them off. So far, I would have to say this is a very good, very interesting game. We've seen an excellent comeback from blue team. They've just got to keep that momentum. Along with that, I've learned a very important lesson that it's very awkward to cast by yourself because you have no one else to talk to. I feel like I'm just saying garbage half the time, but, you know, I'm new at this. This is my third cast. We're getting there. Back to things that matter. Lux getting hit by the charm, but it's not going to help. Down goes Hecarim will come in, using the view. Down goes Luxor. Down goes Ahri. MF putting Hecarim down. Nautilus not making it out of there. Too many ticks from Ignite. Blue team with Anivia, Caitlyn, and Lux up trying to push that lane. MF using her ult to push him off. And Caitlyn taking that tower and finishing off. What to say, I still think Blue Team can come back from this, but they cannot have another engagement like the last one. As soon as another engagement like that happens, I do believe Purple could push for the win. Purple team trying to hide in the bush, trying to catch somebody off guard. Ward's going out from blue. But purple team getting their sight ward down. Oh, and the charm on Darius. Darius taking a huge amount of damage. That knowledge going off, taking him down. They have lost their tanky, one of their tankiest members. But Hecarim taking down Nautilus. Hecarim going down himself, but Renekton goes down as well. MF going down. Lux going down. And Ahri going down as well, leaving Lulu to herself. Nothing she's going to be able to do against the damage that Caitlyn and Anivia put out. And Lulu is not going to be able to force them off that inhibitor.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Trying to push that top lane in, trying to get every advantage they can and try and end this. Inhibitor down, forcing blue to have to clean up the lane. Purple team is taking now as a chance to go after Baron Nashor. Trying to clear as much of the vision as they can. Taking down blue's sight ward. And I do believe they're going to back off from this, since blue team does know they're there and they can contest that Baron. Purple team, knowing this, taking a chance to possibly get him from the bush. purple team is now just bailing out of there. Charm just missing Hecarim. Oh, and the stun hitting Lulu, flashing out. She's being cut off from her team. Hecarim going off into the middle of the group. And Hecarim putting down MF. Nautilus with an incredible amount of health thanks to Lulu. Incredibly tanky, but down goes Renekton to Darius. Being dunked. Ooh, Ahri shutting down Caitlyn. Nautilus taking down Lux. But down goes Nautilus. Once again, Lulu being the only character up, there is not a lot she's going to be able to do to force them off those center towers. Purple team is just crushing those towers. MF Renekton up in 7 seconds each, and then right behind them Nautilus and Ahri. I don't know if blue team's going to have enough time, but I do think this is GG. The purple team is going to have enough time. I think this is going to be GG if they focus on the Nexus. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our first game going to Chad. Excellent match by both sides.